Like I was literally telling my fleshlight I was going to divorce you. That's the only way I could come in it to be that fucking... It's not bad enough for me to fuck a rubber pussy. I gotta make it even fucking worse by being like, I'm carrying on in my head.
You have to fuck it, you have to love it.
Yes. In my head, I'm carrying on an affair with it and shit. I put a wig on it, lipstick and whatnot.
Okay.
And while we're having sex, I constantly have to tell it that I'm gonna leave my wife for it and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And then, so that's been going on for 15 minutes. Do you just like try to get up and leave the room?
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom, Kev.
Or I'm like, sit down. I'm almost coming, sit the fuck down. Don't you ruin this for me.
I mean, I would give you one time where I would be like, listen, if you want me to sit here while you play out this entire scenario where you seduce, have sex with, try to make it feel better about the nature of your relationship, and then sort of sweet talk it for like a half hour.
Yes.
I'd do it once.
Well,
And then the next time you were like, don't remember what happened yesterday?
That would be, I mean, it would happen like 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
It's like Chinese food, like 20 minutes later, I'm like, I want to fuck it again.
Yeah,
So I would imagine I'd get away with it once, but you think about 20 minutes to a half an hour before you're like, look, man, stop it. That's unhealthy. Or what's maybe if you haven't come yet, Kev, something's wrong. Maybe the fat is blocking your cum. And I'm like, you fucking jerk, you pig.
Let's go on Wikipedia.
I'm like, go to the dirty Wikipedia. Put in clip, there's a picture. All right, now turn around again. There's dirty sex stuff happening all over in the world, man. I saw a story online that I wanted to share with y'all, and it comes, and we sat here talking about Cleveland and shit, and not just to give fair abuse back to my home neck of the woods. This is a story that came with me from New Jersey. It makes me so proud. This is from the Asbury Park Press, my actual hometown paper. Asbury Park prostitution busts include a man, Scott, who offered $10 and a box of tasty cakes for sex.
You didn't tell me you went back to Asbury Park.
You fucking jerk. This isn't me for once, thank God.
Let me ask this question.
Yeah.
Did he get sex?
I mean, let's delve into the story, man. You know me, I read a headline, I'm like, I'm saving that for later.
Yeah.
That's how I take in my news, I just read the headline.
Just headlines only?
Totally, I'm very superficial about it. 19 men from Monmouth and Ocean counties have been arrested in Asbury Park after police during a prostitution sting involving an undercover officer who was offered a package of tasty cakes and cash for sex. Police say they arrested 19 men on Kingsley Avenue near Asbury Avenue over several hours on Friday, the report said.
Was it one guy? It was only one guy. It wasn't 19 guys with tasty cakes.
If there is
a bunch of guys who worked at the Tasty Cakes plant, like ran out and they were like, I didn't get, someone will suck our dick for these. These are delicious.
If I'm the Asbury Park police, I figured out this crime like fucking instantly. I'm like, I guess all these guys work at the fucking Tasty Cake clearance center.
Yeah.
Or the chick who is the chick who...
Or the hooker's just like, I'd suck a dick for a tasty cake. I heard some woman in Asbury Park will suck a dick for a tasty cake.
And it reaches the
Let's
top.
bring a box. We can fuck her in the ass.
It reaches Seriously? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just I hear if you bring a box of crimpets, you could just, it's sloppy party bottom time. Bring friends, as many crimpets as in the box, that's what she's taking.
It'll be like Laz takes it to Brooklyn with tasty cakes.
If that reached the top of Tasty Cake headquarters, advertising, like I'd suck a dick for a tasty cake. I'm bringing that right to the boss and going like, I know traditionally we're associated with families. But I gotta be honest with you, boss, listen to this, just keep an open mind. It's something we whipped up in down the third floor. Ready? There's a woman, a picture of a woman, beautiful, could be a mother, soccer mom. There are kids behind her in the background. She's in the kitchen. She looks happy. She's holding a crimpet. Tagline says, "I'd suck a dick for a..." Where you going, boss? Where you Could you sell anybody on that? Is there any... Not this decade. Is there any decade where the Tasty Cake Company goes, look, we're getting our ass beat by Hostess and fucking Drake's. I'm tired of taking 30 years in the ass from that fucking goose. Never again. Like, I'm gonna stand up Tasty Cake. We're humans that make our snacks, not gooses. We're taking the market, we're taking it by its horns and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, he's like, do whatever we must, by any means necessary.
And he approves the sexual favor Tasty Cake
I'd suck a dick
program.
for a Tasty Cake. Does it hit America in the right way? Do they see it? Do they respect the spirit of the thing? Where they're just like, I mean, look, it's off-putting, but, you know, points for balls, man. Like, I'm just giving up Hostess based on that alone, you know? Or is it immediately shut down everywhere?
I think you'd get a lot of detractors, but I would support it.
Honesty.
I mean, a lot of people would support it.
Well,
I mean, the only problem
honesty.
becomes...
They're like, honesty? They're like, who's sucking the dick for Tasty Cake then? I'm like, what, not the chick in the post? They're like, no, she's an advertising figure, like Ronald McDonald. She becomes Tasty Cake's Ronald McDonald. Her name is Susie McBlowface.
McDonald's
Susan says you have to take Mick off. And they're like, okay, so Susie Blowface. Susie Blowface becomes Tasty Cake's like person, their fucking corporate logo.
Their corporate logo.
And over time, you know how like a corporate logo will change over time?
Yeah.
By
you
the
add
time,
characters.
Yes. 50 years into the future, she looks like a total coke whore. She has like busted teeth, like real meth face, faces of meth kind of face.
Gotcha, yeah.
And you know, and that's it's kind of like the corporate logo, like you know, they draw it into the name and shit like that. They don't really use her as a character anymore. They tried running a campaign like the Quaker Oats campaign, like that little statue of the Quaker Oats man, where they're like, look, he's playing with kids. They tried to do it with Susie Blowface as well.
They tried to like
kids were just crying, you know. What is that? You know,
she took my money.
And she said she'd do weird things to my weenie for a crimpet. I don't think they're going that way with Susie Blowface.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the reality, though. Asbury Park, apparently, you can offer a fucking taste. It's not. They haven't. Nobody in the article confirms whether or not you can trade prepackaged desserts for sexual favors, but it sounded like it.
I wonder if he didn't offer any money and he only offered a Tasty Cake. Could you just go in and be like, it's not a crime?
That's true, man.
It's a Tasty Cake. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying
well,
to...
they make the KOL, Mr. Moser, you know, it's just, look, it's prostitution is defined
Suddenly,
as...
okay, I'm the guy with the Tasty Cake.
Well, presumably,
Right.
you're the man who's like, there's a bust going on here in Asbury Park and shit. 19
and
dudes are collared.
there with a box of Tasty Cake.
No, 19 dudes are collared.
Okay.
You hear about it on your police scanner at home.
Okay.
You get in a car, tear ass there, and you're like, wait. And you talk to the Tasty Cake guy, and you're like, did you offer money?
Did you offer just the cakes?
And he's like, who are you? And once you tell him you're not a cop who's trying to sting him, you're like, fucking, no, I'm here to help. Watch this, man. I've watched a lot of Law and Order. Particularly the last
He was on one once. So I go up to him and I'm basically going to represent him?
Yeah, and you talk to him and he's like, no, I didn't get to offer the cash because by the time I said Tasty Cakes, they busted in the door. He's like, I was going to say, and $10. And you're like, $10? You, sir, are a pig.
Yeah.
No, he's like,
for $10.
He's like, I was going to offer that and the $10, but I only said Tasty Cake. And you're like, that's enough. And you go over to the cops, you're like, release these men, like Encyclopedia Brown at the end of the books. And people are like, why? And then suddenly I step out, I'm like, how did Scott know? Then people turn to the back of the book, because now we're in print form for some reason. We've made the transition from the real world into this wishing book of sorts.
Gotcha.
That is like an Encyclopedia Brown book. And at the back of the book, it explains how you fucking outthought the police.
How I got the Tasty Cake guy out.